Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, or good afternoon, whenever this gets released. I'm not sure if I'm going to release it in the morning or the afternoon, because by the time I'm actually going out with the wife, I'm actually having some time out with the wife, no kids, we're going out, we're actually going out. So we're heading into the city, we've got a hotel for the night, and we are going clubbing. Like, I'm 32 years old and we're going clubbing for the first time in years without no kids. So depending on what time I wake up, it might be afternoon, might be morning, it all depends. As soon as I wake up, I will release this video, and actually you're watching it, so I would have released it by now. So ouch, 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 ouch. We're going to watch a couple of just ouch replays, and we're going to watch the first one. I'm not even going to attempt his name just yet, because I'm definitely going to get it wrong. So we have the Super Persian, and we also have a nail biter in the Sheridan. So first up, the Super Persian. At the moment, I mean, it's all go around this side of the map, and if you look at the mini map, there is quite a few of the red tanks around the other side of near the cap area. So pushing these tanks around here was definitely a really good choice, but unfortunately his team sort of just backed off a little bit, where they should have played a lot more aggressive, because there was like 5 tanks on 3, something like that around here. And these mediums, the Bajetto and the other mediums, they actually, on the red team, actually done a really good job in holding this. And you can see they're still alive. Only one medium has gone down so far, although the Bajetto is about to die. So the red team actually did a pretty good job and holding this long enough for the heavy tanks to start coming on their way. So the Super Persian, he's going to have such a good game, and I do really feel sorry for him coming towards the end. So far his team are actually losing. It's 3 against 6. There's still quite a few heavies that obviously went around the other side of the map, so they are pretty much all full hit points. The KV3's coming, he's on his way. Personally, I would ignore him and start going for the one-shots, and because the one-shots are the medium tanks. We have a Vindicator that is full hit points up there as well, but he's going to stop, and you can see him wiggling his turret, he's wiggling his tank, he's trying to get that, he's trying to get the bounce. Unfortunately, he's not bouncing too much. I mean, he's bounced 560 damage at the moment. But the Super Persian used to be a really strong medium tank, one of the strongest actually in the tier. But the turret now, everyone knows just to shoot the hatch on the turret, and newer players back in the day, they didn't realize that you can't pen this. I mean, if you look at the front of this if you come up against it and look at the front, none of it's red. It's not red. So people think that they can easily penetrate it, but it's not. They can't. It's a very difficult tank, but now it's been around for such a long time, people now know just to shoot the hatches on top or shoot the bottom plate, because the front top plate, you're pretty much not penning. You're not going to pen the top plate at all. So he's now done 3.5k damage. It is 2 against 3. He's SU, or he's J Panther, sorry, is very low hit points, and as we know, that has been buffed. But when you're up against a Tiger P, which is also a great tank, and a full hit point Vindicator, it's a lot of work to do, and he's only on 400 hit points. He's telling the J Panther to run now, because he is very low hit points, but he's going to stick with him. I mean, he's not going to leave him on his own. He is going to stick with him, and he's going to try and support him as much as he can. But if that Vindicator comes over the corner, over the ridge, sorry, then he can be, both of these tanks can actually be one-shotted. So he's just going to wait. Unfortunately, he does get that bounce, and that bounce on that Tiger P will end to be such a shame towards the end of the game. He wishes he would have penned that shot. Just that one shot, he wishes he would have penned. So the J Panther is now pretty much, he's gone, so it leaves him alone against the 2 tanks. Now, I personally would definitely go for the Tiger P. I'd ignore the Vindicator. I wouldn't even be here now. I would be flanking around. I wouldn't be sitting in front of this Vindicator. I would have definitely left him a while ago and gone to try and fight the Tiger P, because this Vindicator is one of my worst tanks in the game. It's shit. I think it is shit. It's got no turret. It's got no gun depression. There's plenty plenty of dunes around this area, so he's not going to, if he goes up even just a little bit, then he's not going to be able to get his gun down. So I would have definitely ignored this Vindicator a long time ago, and it is going to prove to be vital again towards the end of the game. And as you can see there, the Vindicator has missed, so of course now the Vindicator is a one-shot. He is going to go for him. So, but doing that, he has been shot a couple of times from that Tiger P in the rear. Now he's going to have to do 2 shots to clear this guy. He's now 39 hit points, but look at the angle. He couldn't do it. Very, very close. Very good game. 5,600 damage. Sarasas. Well played. But just a few little mistakes did cost you that game, and you could have ended up on what, another 100 damage, which wasn't a lot. But it would have been nice if you would have got that win. 1481 base XP. Next up, Sheridan, and it is Adamantly, and this is just such a shame. And he's only gonna, this is a loss, but he's only going to lose it mainly because of time. I'm always saying use the time wisely, because it's 7 minutes. It's a long time. The average game in Blitz is around 2.5 to 3 minutes. So I always say, if you can, use that time. But unfortunately for Adamantly, he just runs out of time. Now, it is the new map. It's not a big map. It is quite a small map, and I love what he does here. He goes to spot the enemy. He sees that he's spotted, so he's going to get the hell out of there. There is no one really supporting him just yet, so he's going to spot him, come back, and now start using his tank as a proper light tank, and that is to get from distance, and he's going to be able to get some shots off from the other side of the map. So straight away, looking good. There goes the Batchat. The Batchat's all gone. The quick tank, the spotter on the enemy team, he is now gone. So it is looking a lot better for the enemy team. That is until the E50M decided to sort of YOLO into the Reds, and the red team has now bring it down to a 6-on-6. So the STB1 is coming. He's not pushing. He's not going to push because he knows that there is a couple of TDs. He's going to try and get these shots on the side of the E100. He does get a nice shot there. Again, personally, you can see this standard B now. He's rushing to this STB. Maybe Adam could have rushed, and I really think he would have rushed. That is if that T54 wasn't spotted. Because if he rushes, then there'll be 2 mediums, and they could also, these heavies and these TDs could get some side shots. So he did make the decision in not rushing because he thought it would be suicide. As it happens, as it's going to happen, that T54 that was spotted, he's AFK. He goes AFK, which is such a shame. It is such a shame because he could have rushed. If that T54 wasn't spotted, he could have rushed with this. And you can see the standard B is upset. Sheridan, what you doing? Blah, 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 blah. But he's using his brain. I mean, he see that there was 2 medium tanks there. He see that there was heavy tanks to the left and TDs to the right. If he would have rushed at the time, when you've got milliseconds of thinking to do, and he just thought it would be suicide, and it would have been if he would have known that the T54 has gone AFK, then for sure he would have probably rushed. But also you've got to remember that the DPM on this thing is not good. Yes, it has the missiles, yes, it has a big alpha shot and speed and good penetration, but it doesn't have the DPM. So if you come up against an STB and a T54, 2 tanks with crazy DPM with an auto reloader, your DPM between you both is just going to suck. So he's still full hit points. It's 2 against 6. 2 against 6. There is a couple of tanks here. He is going to go for the T57 Heavy, which is a great choice because he was a one-shot. There's no point shooting the Death Star right now because he can't clear the Death Star, and there will be 2 tanks left. So now he is going to rush the Death Star. Now, he does have these missiles to use. I don't think he actually shoots any missiles this game. He is going to get that shot, and he's going to get a lovely, lovely high roll. He is now on his own against 5 tanks. He see that he made the decision that if he was going to run away, I think the Death Star may have got around the corner and he could have had the Hesh loaded. So he decided to push him quite quickly, use the speed to get around him, and the Death Star was unable to take that shot. So he's now on 3 kills. 3 kills and 5,000 damage with 4 tanks left alive. To win this, he needs to win a 1 versus 5, which not many people in this game can do, especially in a tank with no armor. Against 5 tanks is sometimes it is too much to ask. So he's trying to now split the enemy up, and straight away he has spotted that T-54 that went AFK. Now what he's going to do is he's not going to just sit there and farm damage. He's spotted. Now personally, I'm not just saying that I want to farm damage. I would have just sat behind that T-54, because with 3 other tanks available, it's not a big map. He can't, if he's not spotted, then the enemy know he's going to be around this side of the map or the other side of the map. So if they split up, especially tanks like the STB, then they know where he's going to be. So I would have personally just stayed with the T-54, because the quicker you kill him, the quicker that their spot has gone. Because the T-54, even though he's gone AFK, he's still being effective because he's spotting him. And as you can see now, adamantly wants to run away from a different side of the map. He's not going to get that close to the T-54. He is trying to find the STB. He can't get close to that T-54, otherwise he'll be spotted, and the other 3 tanks will know exactly where he is. So for now, he is going to try and ignore the STB, and he's going to go for the waffle, and he's going to use the HE. Hopefully he clears him, but he low rolls. He does take a nasty shot, nasty beat in there, losing more than half of his hit points, which is such a shame. But if you look at the time is going down, and he gets a nice rear bounce there from the E100. So he's going to go and clear the waffle now, to bring it down to a 1 versus 3 with a minute and a half left on the clock. With a tank with as little DPM as this, it's still a big ask. He needs to really clear this STB. He needs a high roll, but he doesn't get the high roll. Leaves him on 89 hit points. He could have really dealt with clearing him that go, because the E100 is still going to take 3 shots to clear. The T-54 is going to take 2 shots minimum to clear, so that's 5 shots. Your reload is 14 seconds. You need a minute. And that is to get into the tanks and trying to get the shots and aiming at the shots. So at this point in the game, 50 seconds left on the clock, with being a 1 shot, he knows it's game over. He knows he statistically cannot beat these 2 tanks. He knows that. So why not just go the other side of the map? He's on 7,000 damage, 35 seconds left on the clock. Let's just get as much damage. And he actually misses his shot. He could have, he actually misses his shot, but it's not going to change the outcome. He's going to use the HE just to get a shot in the rear. 23 seconds left on the clock. And of course, even if he kills this guy now with an ammo rack or something, he's not going to clear the E100 in time. So 15 seconds left on the clock. He is going to clear that T-54, which now puts him on 6 kills. 6 kills and 8,100 damage. Just if he had 1 more minute left on the clock, he would have won this, without a doubt. Even being a 1 shot, he would have cleared that E100, I think. And he would have finished on over 9,000 damage and a Rozani medal. But unfortunately, it wasn't to be. But nevertheless, a fantastic game. Ouch. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. I'm MeatG69, and I will catch you all soon. Bye-bye. With